Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video, and for this one it is I can't do it. I can't fucking sound upbeat. I mean, look, it's fucking Amiga Cybernoid. How the fucking hell am I supposed to, sound excited? So this was released by Hewson in 1988, and well, this Amiga version was not by Rafael Checo, which may be a good thing. I am not a fan of Rafael Checo at all. I don't like his games. They all look the same, they all pretty much play the same, they're all fucking ridiculously hard, and yeah, I just think they're shit. So I'm not a big fan of this one. This is a game that I did have back in the day. I'm not proud of that. Thankfully it's a game that I acquired, shall we say, rather than bought. Now, if you are familiar with the Commodore 64 version, you will no doubt remember the pretty good Your Own Tell music. Not here, you don't. There is no music at all. The only audio options are to either have sound effects on or sound effects off. If you play it with sound effects off, the game is played in total silence. What's the fucking point of that? Especially as the game is largely played in silence anyway. So let's get a game underway. So anyway, right, so you're this ship here. It's a flick screen shooter. Flick screen games had really sort of died a death long before this fucking thing came along. So why it was deemed necessary to make it flick screen, I do not know. So you fire away like this. There you go. You actually get some sound effects there, and if you hold down fire button you will drop your bombs or whatever, unless you change the bombing mode. So now we have mines. Now I can activate the shield, which makes you invincible for a while, or bounce, which, well, quite literally they bounce all over the place. Seeker, which goes after the target. I think that's the last one. Yeah. So I'll stick to the regular bombs. We can't stay in a screen for too long because the timer goes off, and yeah, you heard it starting there. The timer goes off and you lose a life, just like I did there, because another thing is that I'm really shit at this game. So the idea is you have to collect these like various jewels and whatever, and you need to collect 1,500. Actually, I'm sure it must be 15,000, because 1,500 is ludicrously small amount. I've already got well over that. You look at the score, 2,160 or whatever. Oh, fucking this up big time, because I'm trying to explain what I'm doing while also playing the game. There we go. So blowing up that cunt. So anyway, yeah, you look next to where it shows your lives, and it has that green diamond. I can't remember what that's there for. So the top score there, 2,561, that is my actual score in the game. Below that, 3,424, that's how much I've taken in, like treasures, in gems and whatever. Next to that is, shows you which, bombing mode we are using. Next to that is your time, and then I don't know what any of those what's it fucking do. Right, so for this screen we need to use the Seeker. So out that goes, destroys that cunt. Now I need to use the shield, because I can never be bothered to try and get through this part the right way, because I always fuck it up. So there we go, shield is on, so I was able to get through there. I've also picked up some extra weapons. I have a rear firing weapon there, and you just see me fucking get blown up yet again. compared to the Commodore 64 version, this version is quite easy. This is another one where I need the fucking shield, which I already had selected. Right, so right, shield on. Let's just fuck off, get through here. There we go. Right, pick up some more bombs and piss off out of here. Again, I really should be using the fucking seeker, but I've still got the shield going. I didn't mean to have the shield running. Seeker, right, here we go. Right, blow up that fucker. There aren't very many levels in this game. Oh, you fucking cunt. This is the reason why I hate flick screen games, because you're right by the edge there, and then, you know, an enemy comes along, you've got no time to react. So, fuck it, let's just bomb away. Right, now these things that are walking all around the edge here, you can't shoot them, at least I don't think you can. So you basically just got to try and avoid them. So we'll use the shield again, because again I can't be asked to do the regular, you know, through them. Alright, more bombs, which I will, well, I do need, but these blocks that you can shoot away, sometimes they will leave you some... Alright, let's use the bounce then. I think the bounce ones do blow these things up. The thing is, if I can't leave the room quickly enough, I will lose a life. But, well, you can see there, those two bottom blocks there, at last, one of them's been destroyed. If you couldn't destroy those blocks for whatever reason, that's it, you know, you lose your life, you know, through timing out. So, there we go, game over. Please stick to Space Invaders. Yeah, believe me, I fucking would, compared to this shit. So, fuck off. Right. So let's do one more, and while we are playing this then, let's get the review underway. So the presentation is staggeringly bland. The graphics absolutely fucking reek of Atari ST. This is, no doubt about it, this is a straight Atari ST port. Oh fucking what? I usually get to at least level 2. Well, so I get part way through level 2, and then one of the many glitches that this game suffers then crops up, and the game then crashes. Oh fuck it! This game is starting to really get on my fucking tits. Oh, it's blowing up that cunt anyway. So I picked up some more bombs and the seeker. Not a seeker, this, like, whatever it does. Well, it blows up anything it hits. I mean, the graphics don't, for the most part, don't look anything like the Commodore 64 version. And you just think, well, why change them? Well, you know, were they really so bad on the Commodore 64 that they needed changing? Oh, I've got to change to the fucking seeker. There we go. Now I've got to change to the shield. Well, okay, I haven't got to change to the shield, but I can never remember which ones. I usually fuck up trying to get through that level, so, you know. Right, well, according to this, I've got enough gems and that to get through to the next level, so let's just use the there's a bit of slowdown on this screen, even though the Amiga could really handle this much activity on screen no problem, but the Atari ST can't. So fuck it. Fucking hell. Right. I used completely the wrong fucking thing. I wanted to use the bounce. There we go. But no, I selected the wrong one. Alright, anyway, on to the next screen. Hopefully the bounce will hit that fucker. Yeah. Let's just head straight out. Oh yes, right, I'm back in these fucking things again. Now when you lose a life, all of your, like, you know, shields and bombs and whatever, you get reset back to how they were, so it makes the game relatively easy. That's not to say the game is easy, I did say relatively easy. Alright, here we go. Okay, oh bollocks, fucking multiple buggered off there. You fucking... Alright, so I have now got further than I had in the previous go. Oh fuck me, that was close. Alright, now I've got to time it so that this cunt here isn't too close to me when I'm trying to get around here. Set all those fuckers off. Get up here, I think I'm near the end of the level. Yes I am. This is the end of the level. So land on there and there we go. And look at the wonderfully glitchy graphics all over the place. The game is so fucking glitchy, it's not true. Anyway, so let's get on with the review again. So, as I said, audio is shit. I mean, the sound effects are pretty sparse and are unbelievably generic and bland, and yet that's the only audio in the entire game. Graphics, as I say, are straight from Atari ST. There is fuck all else you know, in it. It's Atari ST or nothing. And you just think, wow, that's really shit. And on this level, the graphics really do get extremely glitchy. There is an area where the game can crash, and I'm not that far from it actually, so let's see what happens. This is it, this is the screen. So first of all I've got to wait for them to pass and try and get through them, but no. So now they will travel all around here, and okay, I managed to avoid the game crashing there, but yeah, fucked up again. So anyway, so we've done graphics and audio, and the gameplay I just find staggeringly dull and boring. I mean, I say, flick screen games, there's nothing new about them. They were pretty much dead and buried by the time this fucking thing came along. But no, here we are with a fucking flick screen game. Like, you know, how great. Now, I don't think the reason that they just sort of like disappeared is anything to do with, you know, changes in you know, trends or anything else. I think it was just that people realised scrolling, you know, having the actual backgrounds scrolling looks a hell of a lot better, because flick screen is shit. And if you are, you know, I think that's game over. If you are getting nearer to the end and then suddenly this, you know, an enemy creature or whatever, an enemy ship comes along, and yeah, it probably hits you before you can see it. So people strangely didn't like fucking flick screen games. So fuck it, put the fucking name in. There you go. Isn't that fucking... and I've spelt the name wrong anyway. So I'm now Lukozer. There you go. Alright, well there you go. So yeah, I do not like anything about the Amiga version. I'm not keen on any version of Cybernoid, to be honest, but the Amiga version is without doubt the most boring of the lot. So I score it 2 out of 10, which is actually a lot higher than I think a lot of people would have expected me to rate this, including me actually. I think I've been rather generous there, but I mean it's not such a pile of shit that, you know, it's worth a 0 or a minus or anything, but I mean there is absolutely fuck all here. There is no reason whatsoever to go after the Amiga version when you could be playing the Commodore 64 version. 64 version plays exactly the same, but has very typical Commodore 64 graphics. It has fantastic music, whereas the Amiga version has fuck all music, and the sound effects and the visuals have all been ported straight from an Atari ST. So yet again, Hewson released an Amiga game which is a fucking pile of shit. So there you go, that is Cybernoid for the Amiga, 2 out of 10. That brings this review to an end, and we'll see you at the next one.